And you got to ask yourself, if you can get an 11-inch notebook with a 13-inch screen and a 13-inch full-size keyboard, why wouldn't you want a Dell XPS 13?
I want one.
Probably the most exciting part of the product itself is what we bring to the forefront in the experience. You mentioned it earlier this evening. The experience that we've become accustomed to with mobile devices, we want to have the same level of experience with our notebooks. In fact, that's what really is happening in this new computing era. And we're able to integrate some new technologies, in fact, Intel Smart Connect and Rapid Start, and we've been enabled to be always on and always connected. So think about this notebook being location aware, being able to always update your files. It's always on, always connected. The same experience that you have with a smartphone is the same experience you'll have with an XPS 13. And something I'm sure you're very excited about, uncompromised performance, full support of Core i5 and i7, and we get almost 9 hours of battery life, more than a full workday of performance. And lastly, what you're really excited about, we're hearing this consumerization phenomena happening in the marketplace. It's undeniable. This is a great product for consumer, and we're making it enterprise ready. We are making IT departments easier, making it easier for IT departments, to choose XPS with enterprise-friendly features. We're going to have TPM for BitLocker data encryption. We're going to have Dell Pro support, which is a suite of professional services on the product, and we'll have a full range of configuration services like our custom factory integration, custom images, and asset tagging for this class of products. In short, Paul, we think it's ultra thin, ultra beautiful, and ultra responsive.
It's all of those things. So Jeff, this is a truly impressive machine, but when can our customers buy one?
Well, I'm announcing it today, and we'll begin taking orders in February.
That's fabulous. Thanks very much, Jeff. And you can leave that one if you want.
Is this the first order?
Well, thank you. I'll send you a check.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Right. There's a lot of innovation happening around Ultrabooks. And of course, as with any new device, there's a lot of discussion about trade-offs as well. What form factor is more important, the tablet or the clamshell? What interface is more useful, a keyboard or touch or voice? Is the device designed for creation or for consumption? Do you care more about performance or battery life? Honestly, I think those are the wrong questions. They're based upon the faulty premise that people are willing to compromise on experience. The truth is, we want it all. It's about the device adapting to us, not the other way around. And that thinking has sparked the creativity of our engineers and partners around the world. We've designed a reference design prototype platform here. Think of it as a concept car that looks very much like an ordinary Ultrabook. You can see the profile here. It's the kind of format you'd be using for email or standard productivity apps. But let's say you're on an airplane and you finished your work and it's time for watching a movie. You can slide the keyboard back, and all of a sudden, even if that guy in front of you reclines his seat all the way back, you can still see your screen and enjoy the movie. But beyond that, it's about adapting, as I said earlier. So what if you're home and you just want to do some reading? Well, in this case, this device becomes a tablet. It's no compromise. It's just the beginning of the kind of experience we need for this next generation of computing. And to show you a few more things that are in the wings in terms of development, let me bring out Kevin Sellers and Karen Regis from Intel's Ultrabook team.
Thanks, Paul.
I'm going to turn the stage over to you.
All right. Thanks, Paul. So you pointed out on the wall here, those are all beautiful Ultrabooks based on Sandy Bridge, which is our second generation core processor. But what Karen and I have up here on stage are Ultrabooks built using Ivy Bridge, which is our third generation core processor family. And what's unique about Ivy Bridge that Paul already mentioned is these processors are built using Intel's 22 nanometer manufacturing process, which gives us now something very innovative in three-dimensional transistors. So that breakthrough for us allows us to take within a beautiful, thin and light form factor a truly no compromise experience. So you can now take it with you on the go and have the kind of battery life capability that was talked about earlier. So we're going to put it through the paces, Karen. Let's do that. So what I'm going to do is show you first this is a very popular game. Many of you may be playing it. It's Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3. And what you can see instantly, again, running on my Ultrabook here on stage, I can just use my left hand and interact. I can walk forward here, and I can sort of scroll around, and if I want to take somebody out, I can start to shoot down there, and I can sort of walk back, and I can go over. And instantly you get a sense of the rich textures, the great detail that are available to you in Ivy Bridge. And it's important to note, it's running on this Ultrabook, no discrete graphics card required. What you can do now is have a great immersive gaming experience on the go.
Yeah, and while I love the detail and realism there, casual games are really more my speed. So I went ahead, I heard Paul mention earlier about Fruit Ninja, and I've downloaded that into my Ultrabook. Now this is a game that really is played best with touch, but I have touch built into my Ultrabook. So I can just swipe across the screen here with my finger for a fruit combo, thank you very much. And the experience is very natural, easy, and fun. But you know, there are other types of games as well that use controllers. I don't want to carry a game controller around with me, but luckily I have my Intel phone that Paul and Mike showed earlier, and I can use this to control the gameplay in another type of game. So here I am in a flying game. Let me just get this started. And you can see by tilting the phone to the left, and go to the right. I'll try not to hit any mountains. I think that my flying is actually a little bit better than Mike's driving was, so. And the great thing about this also is that if other people wanted to come join in, they could bring their phones and play with me as well.
So that's awesome. So what we've now shown you then, thank you. You know, what we've shown you now are 3 ways to interact with an Ultrabook and play a game. I showed you using my keyboard. She showed using a phone controller, and then of course touch. And touch is so exciting because it opens up a whole new way to interact with your content. So what I'm going to do, this is all sort of downloaded or purchased content, but what about my personal content? Stuff that I want to, you know, videos and photos that I've taken. What I'm going to show you now is a video clip taken with a single camera, and we use technology called 360 video from IC360, and I can simply now, with my device, and I'm going to do what Paul did earlier, I'm just going to pull my screen forward, and I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm going to see what I have here is a video of on the strip, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to use my finger to direct the video, and I can see now in 360, and I can see kind of what they're looking at. I can see that I'm in front of the Bellagio looking at the fountains. And I can just continue to go all the way around if I want to and get a whole 360 panorama view of what I've taken with my camera. And what's really interesting about this is the file sizes are huge. But what we've done with Ivy Bridge is given you a seamless, beautiful, easy experience with all the performance put in the processor.
Right, and in fact, with Ultrabook, dealing with large file sizes is one of the things that we're addressing. So I keep a library of HD movies that I've purchased on an external storage drive. And I'm just going to get this started first. I'm going to grab the movie cards. I'm going to drag it from my storage device onto my Ultrabook. Now let me explain what's happening. Right here, I have a promised external storage device and my Intel Ultrabook, both equipped with Thunderbolt technology. And that's going to provide the ultra-fast connection to allow this transfer of this full-length HD movie from the device to my Ultrabook. And you can see it's finished. This is something that before would take minutes to do. It just happened in about 20 seconds. Now what that means for me is that I can wait until the last minute, not that I ever do. As I'm getting ready to go on a trip, I can grab several movies, download them very quickly to my Ultrabook, and take them with me on the go.
So that's awesome, and I love that capability. Thank you.
Very easy.
That's awesome. So, but that's great, but those are older movies, and I'm really interested is, can I, on my Ultrabook, get access to the latest and highest definition premium content? And the great news is, in a partnership between Intel, Technicolor, and DreamWorks Animation, we now have the ability and have access to a wide variety of the latest premium HD content, including 1080p content. There was an application developed, and it's called MGO, and MGO is going to be launched this spring, and it'll be available on the Intel App Up Center. And what you can see, I believe, is the user interface for the Intel App Up Center. You can see the MGO application is there. It's a beautiful interface. And of course, I can search and look for all kinds of content that'll be available on the Intel App Center.
Yeah, it has better search capabilities and different categories to browse, so it's going to be a lot easier. But back to MGO, I actually downloaded a preview version of this onto my Ultrabook, and when I open it up, you can see that I land in a whole world of content that's been personalized for me. So I can easily get television shows, movies, music, just about anything. I'm going to go ahead and go to movies just to show you how this is going to work. So when I click on it, again, I have a whole range of movies. Earlier, though, I downloaded the movie The Green Lantern. I'll show you what the purchase process would look like. I just touch on the screen, say I'm going to buy HD, but now, before I watch it, I want to go curl up on the couch and watch. So I'm going to just convert my Ultrabook into a slate mode, like that, and then I'll hit play now. So now I can enjoy it by myself, but if the whole family is around, I can easily also display that content to my TV. So I'm just going to flick that
These immortals, the guardians,
onto this new LG TV that has the Intel wireless display receiver built right into it. So the family's sitting around enjoying this high definition movie, but what I can do is I can actually go and get more information about the movie. So you can see that if I hit on details, then I can look up
in order to be chosen by the
information, reviews, I can look up the people, look at the cast, and I'm just going to go look at Ryan Reynolds, because you got to love Ryan, right?
You know, I know you kind of have a little thing for Ryan Reynolds. You've mentioned it several times. And I forgot to get you a Christmas gift this year, so I feel really bad about that. So I did a little shopping, and I want to sort of, get you something for you, Ryan Reynoldsy. So I'm going to do like Paul did. Just going to take this screen, lay it down. I'm now in tablet mode. And what I have here is Target.com, and I've been doing a little shopping for Karen. I'm just going to scroll down here, and I found something really cool. It is the Green Lantern cuddle pillow. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy it for Karen. So go ahead and add this to my cart. I'll just check out. Continue here. Oh. Online shopping can be so convenient and but then you get to the checkout screen and you have to enter all of your information. I've already converted it into tablet mode. I suppose I could get back to my keyboard. But thanks to technologies like near-field communications and partnerships between Intel and MasterCard, what I can do now is just simply take my MasterCard and in a completely secure way, I can just tap on my screen here and it will validate, it'll authenticate my identity and verify all my credentials, and I can have a completely secure checkout without doing any of the tedious input. But I'm going to do something even better still. I'm going to use my Intel-based smartphone. So this has a Medfield processor in it, running Android, the same phone that Mike was demoing earlier, and I'm going to have the same completely secure checkout process, because Paul was talking earlier about experiences, and we want all of our products to offer the very, very best experience. So I'll just touch on the one-tap checkout. Maybe I have to double-click on that. And now I can take my phone and just tap on the screen. And now it's going through the process of authenticating and verifying my data. So, what was a beautiful and seamless experience that became kind of tedious is now seamless, safe, secure, and convenient.
And I got a cuddle pillow in the process,
And you did get a
so
cuddle
I'm happy
pillow.
about that. Thank you. But I know you're not done. I know you have one more trick up your sleeve, so...
Well,
show
okay.
us.
Yeah, I do. So we've been talking about Ivy Bridge, and we love the performance. We're both obviously running Windows, but your machine actually is running on Windows 7. This one is running on Windows 8. And let me just sort of show you. I can just bring in over here, I can bring in the Windows 8 screen, and I can do, kind of what Paul showed you on the tablet earlier. I can open up the news and see what's going on in the world, and that's great. We love the user interface. We love the flexibility of that. And this gives you an example of how we view the full function of a PC, but also the simplicity of a tablet all in one beautiful device.